All right, Shalawam. Want to start off by giving all praise to YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI. Want to also give double honors to the apostles and elders who rule well, and want to give blessings to the elect. Today, basically, we wanted to go over the sons of God, which we see as a hot topic that has popped back up. You got certain people out there who are of the opinion and pushing the vibe that angels do have sex. And when you read this story in Genesis, the 6th chapter, dealing with the sons of God taking on the daughters of men, that was actual angels jumping down, from the heavens, like Zeus or another, Apollos or whoever it may be, and coming down and having sex with actual women, which that's not what that's talking about. But before we get into that, we're going to start off with 1 Corinthians 15 and 40.
Yeah, the vampire in Brooklyn.
Yeah, the vampire in Brooklyn. All right, this is 1 Corinthians 15 and 40. It says, there are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial. Now, celestial bodies are bodies of the heavenly realm, all right? And then it says bodies terrestrial, that is a body of the earth. All right, it says, but the glory of the celestial is one, all right, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. So each body has their glory, all right? What can the spirits in the spirit world do? They are invisible, they have certain knowledge of things. They see you when you don't see them, all right? But then the celestial, what? They can have an orgasm, all right? You can, reproduce children on the planet Earth, all right? And so forth, all right? So we just wanted to show this before we moved on, that angels, all right, don't have sex, okay? Like, if you believe that angels have sex, you would have to be of the opinion that the virgin birth, all right, Mary could have been impregnated by the angel Gabriel, which that's not true. Seed is given to man only, all right? Angels do not have seed and don't come onto the earth in their invisible bodies and have sex with women, okay? Man, a spirit comes into a newborn baby, all right? It comes out of the mother's stomach and it grows up. It's sent that the spirit first is sent down from the father. It grows up, and then that child is able to have children. The seed is within that man, all right? Not the spirit, all right?
I got a precept.
Okay, where is it?
Matthew 22 and 23.
All right. This is Matthew 22 and 23. Want me to read it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. The same day came him to the Sadducees, which say that there is no resurrection, and asked him, all right, saying, Master, Moses said, if a man die having no children, his brother shall marry his wife and raise up seed unto his brother. All right. It says, now there were with us 7 brethren, and the first, when he had married a wife, deceased, and having no issue, left his wife unto his brother. Mm-hmm. Likewise the second also, and the third unto the 7th. Mm-hmm. And that and last of all, the woman died also. Okay. It says, therefore in the resurrection, whose wife shall she be of the 7? For they all had her. Mm-hmm. YAHAWASHI answered and said unto them, ye do err, not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of the Most High. Mm-hmm. For in the resurrection, they neither marry, nor are given in marriage, but are as the angels of God in heaven.
Yeah, man. So they ain't dealing like that in the spiritual realm.
Right.
So when you trying to deal with judgment spiritually, it's not laid out in that manner.
Right. Because
up in the spiritual realm, they ain't dealing with the carnal things like the brother was reading in 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter.
Right. That's right.
Okay? There's bodies of the celestial, and then there's bodies of the terrestrial, man.
That's right.
All right?
That's right. All right. Now, this story here, when you get Genesis, the 6th chapter.
And that's another reason why the YAHAWASHI had to come. Because the thoughts and intents of the scribes and the Pharisees, the wicked ones at that time, it was trying to create technicalities within the law, when the law is supposed to be a spiritual thing, man.
Right. Yep. Like you got men trying to do today. You notice they said master, which you have certain people who come up elders, but they really have in their mind they have a wicked intent. You see what I'm saying? These same men are back.
They're just trying to trap things up.
Right.
You know? But they wasn't using the law to be spiritual. They were using it to be technical in some way to make man fall. You know? It's crazy stuff.
Right. Now, when you read Genesis 6:1, all right, we're going to start here. It says, "And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them." All right. These are nations. Basically, nations were up on the earth. Now, when you read in the chapter before, you read about Adam. All right. Now, through Adam came Cain and Abel. Abel was slain, and then Seth. All right. That was a chosen seed. All right. So when you're reading here, the next verse says that the sons of God, all right, saw the daughters of men, and they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. So we're going to get into the breakdown of this, but before we do, people get tripped up on this word sons of God and think that it's talking about actual spirits that came down from the spirit world and just jumped down. Now, when we get Ephesians 1:4, you can get that for me, Ephesians 1:4. All right, because this thing of ours, those were spirits, but they were inhabiting flesh, man. All right, these spirits were chosen from the foundation of the earth. The chosen people were chosen from the foundation of the earth. The particular spirits that the Lord chose from the beginning, all right, actually came down as a nation on the planet Earth. All right, let's get that.
Right, Ephesians chapter 1:4 says, "According as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world."
Before the foundation of the world, meaning that we were spirits. All right, this was a spiritual family before it was a fleshly family. All right, the Lord in the foundation of the earth, he made Edomites, Moabites, you know, but at that time, you know, it was Cain, his family line, you know, Adam had Cain and Seth and this and this and that. All right, and these were particular families. But before all of this was even thought of, he chose them as spirits. Read that again.
Right, according as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love.
Right. Go ahead.
Having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by YAHAWASHI to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will.
Of his will. So if it wasn't an earth, that means they had to be spirits. Now, who is he talking about? He's talking about the Israelites, the elect of Israel. All right? That's what that's talking about. Now, people get tripped up on this word son of God. So let's get an understanding on the son of God. Now, let's get Luke 3:38.
Okay.
All right? I'll read it. Luke chapter 3:38, it says, which was the son of Enos, which was the son of Seth, and through Seth came Enos, right? And what happened at the time of Enos? They started to call upon the name of the Lord. This is speaking of the chosen line. Okay? So it said, which was the son of Enos, which was the son of Seth, which was the son of Adam, which was the son of God. All right? So now you get the understanding that this line here, these are the sons of God. And we're going to prove that further, okay? Now, when we get Chronicles, we don't have to read it, all right? Our forefathers spoke of our line, all right, in Chronicles, all right? You got Chronicles 1:1. It goes from Adam to Seth to Enos. It doesn't deal with Cain's line, okay? And you read on down, and through that line came what? The Israelites. But they were called the sons of God before they were called Israelites, and they were always given what? The law, statutes, and commandments.
They were always given that word. They
Right.
were always given the direction from the Heavenly Father.
Right.
That's why Adam had a direct way of life that was given unto him to dwell in the Garden of Eden, which
Right.
was eastward in Eden.
Right.
Okay? In the land that was given to him. And then when he fell away by eating of that fruit,
Right. Taking on the philosophies of the other nations.
Philosophies of the other nations in different ways, he was set off. He got scattered in the land, man.
Right. And that's always been the story of the chosen line.
Yep.
Okay, they've always been given the oracles, of Yahawah Bahasham YAHAWASHI, but guess what? They always fell away from it by doing what? Following the customs of the other nations. And that's basically what that story is about in Genesis, the 6th chapter, which we'll get into, but let's prove a little bit more.
Yeah.
Let's get Romans 8:14, all right? It says, for as many as are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you go into this word here, sons, all right? We'll get it here.
Strong's G 5207. Weas.
All right. Now, let's see here. We'll just jump to the point. It says son of God, used to describe Adam. But when you jump here, it says in the Old Testament, used of the Jews. In the New Testament, the Christians. Okay. That's the Israelites. All right. So we're going to get another scripture, John 1:12. All right. Bear with us. We wanted to just get this up. You got a precept?
I do.
Okay, go ahead. What is it so I can get it?
Wisdom of Solomon 18 and we can restart at 10, I guess, but the point is in 13.
18 and 10?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 18 verse 10. It says, but on the other side there sounded an ill-according cry of the enemies, and a lamentable noise was carried.
You know what? Start up in 9.
Okay. Wisdom of Solomon 18 and 9. For the righteous children of good men did sacrifice secretly, and with one consent made a holy law, that the saints should be like partakers of the same good and evil, the fathers now singing out the songs of praise. All right, but on the other side, there sounded an ill-according cry of the enemies, and a lamentable noise was carried abroad for children that were bewailed. All right, the master and the servant were punished after one manner, and like as the king, so suffered the common person. So they all together had an innumerable dead with one kind of death, neither were the living sufficient to bury them, for in the one moment the noblest offspring of them was destroyed. Mm-hmm. For whereas they would not believe anything by reason of their enchantments upon the destruction of the firstborn, they acknowledged this people to be the sons of God.
That's what made them see, like, dang, you know?
Right.
After all that hell had came through.
Right.
And that's how these people are going to recognize us when we raise up, man.
Right.
When all that hell comes through, they're going to recognize that the Spirit rests on these people. And that's how they saw it rested on Israel, man.
Right.
And from that point, they was made famous in the land of Canaan when they ran through there, bro.
Right.
Because they knew of what happened, man, in Egypt.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
You know?
That's right.
And when the Most High is dealing with these men.
Right. All
okay,
right.
Keep reading.
Want me to keep reading? Okay. Mm-hmm. Sons of God. Verse 14, for while all things were in quiet silence, as the night was in the midst of her swift course, thine almighty word leaped down from heaven out of thy royal throne as a fierce man of war into the midst of a land of destruction.
Yeah, man, and that's gonna come. It's all full circle, man.
Right, and they go acknowledge us as the children of the Most High, like it says in the scriptures, through the mighty works. We're gonna get our glory, all right, through the works of Yahawah Bahasham YAHAWASHI.
Yep.
And they're gonna know that we are those chosen people.
Yep.
All right.
That's why those men in Genesis 1st chapter were famous in the land.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
We'll get that. So we're gonna go to John 1:12.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
John chapter 1 verse 12. But as many as received him, to them gave he power to become the sons of God.
As many as received him. Okay. The spirits that were chosen to receive the doctrine, to receive the Messiah, they were chosen from the foundation of the earth. Okay. Go ahead.
Even to them that believe on his name.
All right. Now let's look up again. All right. Let's see. The sons. All right. So it says, as many as received them, he gave them power to be the sons, become the sons of God, right? So when you look up that word, all right, we're going to get to the point again. It says, children of God in the Old Testament, the people of Israel. Okay? As especially dear to God. All right? In the New Testament, in Paul's writings, all who are led by the Spirit of God, because this was a spiritual, this is why you try to get into there's no reincarnation. See, the Most High has this thing on lock.
Yeah.
Okay, those spirits, you'll never be able to tell them they're not Israelites. And they're going to come back and they may look like a so-called white man. They may look like this. But if it was that chosen spirit from the beginning, it's an Israelite. It's the son of the Most High. Okay?
Yeah.
So we're going to go to Exodus 4 and 22. We just want to flush out this sons of God thing before we get into the actual lesson. Because guys get tripped up off of that, man. All right, as we've proven, the sons of God are the chosen line, okay? As you read in Luke, it says, we read it again, which was the son of Enos, which was the son of Seth, which was the son of Adam, which was the son of God, okay?
It's focusing on that lineage, and when you go up to the top, man, they show you, you know.
Yep, that's right.
What is this, you know?
That's right. So, where did I say? Exodus 4 and 22. All right. You got it?
Yeah, I got it. Exodus 4 and 20.
Start at 21.
All right, in 21. And the Lord said unto Moses, when thou goest to return into Egypt, see that thou do all those wonders before Pharaoh, which I have put in thine hand. But I will harden his heart, that he shall not let the people go. And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus saith the Lord, Israel is my son, even my firstborn. Right, this is the firstborn. These are the first spirits, all right? Just like YAHAWASHI was the first spirit. Who did YAHAWASHI choose? Okay, let's get that. In Sirach, the 24th chapter, we see here that Israel is called the son, okay? When did this happen? When did this choosing happen? It happened from the foundation of the earth, all right? This is Sirach 24, all right, in 1. It says, wisdom shall praise herself. And wisdom is likened unto a woman because what? She is a gift to men, all right? It says, shall glory in the midst of her people. In the congregation of the Most High, she shall open her mouth and triumph before his power, okay? It says, I came out of the mouth of the Most High, okay? What came out of the mouth of the Most High? The word, his wisdom. Okay, he said something, all right, and that's YAHAWASHI. Okay, it says, and cover the earth as a cloud. Okay, it says, I dwelt in high places, and my throne is in a cloudy pillar. Okay, let me jump to 6. In the waves of the sea and in all the earth. This is before the foundation of earth, like we read about in Ephesians 1 and 4, right? And in every people and nation I got a possession. So all nations were spiritual before they were carnal. Okay? It says, with all these I sought rest, and in whose inheritance shall I abide? So the creator of all things gave me a commandment, and he that made me caused my tabernacle to rest, and said, let thy dwelling be in Jacob, and thy inheritance in Israel. Okay? So that's when we were chosen as a people, all right? In the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of YAHAWAH was always given to this chosen line. But what happened? We always went off. Like the scripture says, nothing new under the sun. You got something? Yeah, I'm trying to look for it. I can't find it.
Okay. So we'll get that. It's nothing new under the sun, all right?
I think it's Sirach 27.
You got it. I get this. Ecclesiastes 1 and 9 to prove the point, because when you're dealing with this story of the sons of God taking on the daughters of men, all right, you find this reoccurrence in the scriptures with the holy people, all right, and we're going to get that later through, you've seen Solomon, you've seen at the time of Nehemiah, okay? Our people have always had a problem with not only dealing with the women of the other nations, not that that's a sin, but what did they do? They took it too far. And they left off the ways and customs that were given unto them. And at this time, they were the sons of God, and to them was given the oracles, all right, of YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI. Okay? So, let's read. You got it? No. Ecclesiastes.
No, sorry, I can't find it.
It's all good. Ecclesiastes 1:9. It says, the thing that had been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. So what we're going to show you later is that this chosen line, all right, they just went off, man.
Mm-hmm. And that's what cuts you off from immortality.
Right.
You know, is basically falling away from the ways of Yahawah Bashim Yahushai.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And that's why the days was cut off, man.
Right.
When you're looking into that. And that's why I was looking for in the book of Sirach, I can't remember where it is, where it talks about the days of Israel or eternal or innumerable.
Right.
Or something like they can't be numbered, because that set inheritance of living forever was passed down to them. You know?
Right. I think I know what it says.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You know?
There you go.
Yeah.
This is Sirach 37:25. The days of life of man may be numbered, but the days of Israel are innumerable.
Because they're the sons of God, man.
Right.
As long as they set up in righteousness, and that's what YAHAWASHI died on the cross to basically give us those rights back.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Because there was a promise made. You know? And this was always passed down, man, from the time of Adam. Okay?
That's right. And it's nothing new under the sun.
There's nothing new under the sun.
That's right.
That's why they knew about the sacrifices. They knew about the ways.
Oh, well, let's get an example of that. Let's get Genesis real quick, 38:8. Because yesterday I did a sit down and I brought out a few examples of how there were particular laws that were oral. Mm-hmm. All right? So we're going to get another one, and then we're going to get the law. You got it?
Yeah, Genesis 38:8 says, and Judah said unto Onan, go unto my brother's wife, and marry her, and raise up seed to thy brother.
All right.
And Onan knew that the seed should not be his, and it came to pass when he went unto his brother's wife that he spilled it on the ground, lest that he should give seed to his brother.
So when a brother dies, we know that what? In the law, according to the law, let's get it, Deuteronomy 22, I get it. Mm-hmm. How did he know that? How did they know that particular law?
Yeah.
Because it was oral.
Yep.
Okay, these laws, all right, were around, but it was oral at this time. Okay, it wasn't written down until Israel became a nation in Egypt, and it was given unto Moses, but the ways and understanding of this was always there. All right, so we're going to get Deuteronomy 25:5. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 25:5. If brethren dwell together, and one of them die, and have no child, the wife of the dead shall not marry without unto a stranger. Her husband's brother shall go in unto her, and take her to him to wife, and perform the duty of an husband's brother unto her. Right,
so this was written as a law here at the time of Moses. But before that, it was already known about.
That's right.
Okay, like when you read about Sodom and Gomorrah, it says that the sin of Sodom. How did they know what sin was? Sin is transgression of the law.
Yep.
But guess what? It was known that a man ain't supposed to lay with another man or a woman, or lay with a woman or lay with a beast. But it was oral.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
See, we travel the earth with this knowledge. Okay. You got something?
Yeah, man. So the men of the Lord had always had a way. How do you think Noah knew which animals was clean and which animals was unclean?
Right.
Right? How did Adam know how to? How did Abel know how to do a righteous sacrifice?
Right.
Those ways were already set up and established, all right, and talked about, and they wasn't just here in the flash of pan of time.
Right.
These men were on earth, living and practicing these ways in the spirit.
That's right.
They were in the spirit.
They were in the spirit.
They were in the spirit of YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI, the ways that was given to them to be like, man.
Right.
Okay? And that's what separated them from the other nations.
That's right.
Okay?
What you want?
Joshua 24:2. Just to show you, like, even back in the time of Abraham, we recognize that there was other philosophies and gods on the planet Earth, man. But the tradition of worshiping Yahweh was only passed down to certain men.
That's
and
right.
those are the men that kept it.
That's right.
And that's who the promise is given unto.
That's right. The sons of God, man.
Okay.
All right.
And only those spirits were going to get with it.
That's
you
right.
know, that's just the way the Most High set it up, man.
That's right.
Okay.
All right. Joshua 24:2. And Joshua said unto all the people, Thus said the Lord God of Israel, your fathers dwelt on the other side of the flood in old time, even Terah, the father of Abraham, and the father of Nachor, and they served other gods.
Yeah, man. Terah was serving other gods, man.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And if you do go into the Josephus, it talks about how, you know, Abraham was serving one power. He wanted to move around.
Yep.
You know?
That's right. That's right. Okay. So there were other gods, man. The other nations had always had their thing, man. But our people always got caught up in that, man. Let's get Psalms 106.
Yeah.
All right. And then we'll get back to the sons of God and prove a few more things. And then we'll get out of here. Because you guys just don't understand the scriptures, man. But go to the sellers, man. This is for the elect. Go get your own damn oil, man. Psalms 106 and 30. Start at 34.
Psalms 106 and 34. They did not destroy the nations concerning who the Lord commanded them.
Right now, we read that there was nothing new under the sun, right? Okay, so this is talking about Israelites, but this has happened before, man. Go ahead.
But were mingled among the heathen and learned their works, and they served their idols, which were a snare unto them.
And we're going to get in Wisdom of Solomon 14 how the old giants served some of those idols, man.
Yep.
Okay? So they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. This is all that is happening here when you read in Genesis, the 6th chapter, man.
Yep.
All right? Now let's get start off with 2 Peter 2 and 4. All right?
Yeah. Okay.
And bear with us. This is basically off the top of the head. But
Yeah.
the Apostle Ramlab did a lesson on this as well, which is on my GMSDallasInClass3 page. All right, if you want to check that out, dealing with the Nephilim and how that philosophy of the Nephilim and all of that and the fallen angels and this and this and that goes back to a specific man. I forget his name. You'll see it on the screen. But what he did was he just basically he for the Illuminati, which they always do, they always try to pervert the holy doctrine, man.
Yeah, man. Just Esau making up shit, man.
Yeah.
And you eating that fruit.
Right.
Of wickedness.
Right.
Of evil.
Yeah. you doing the same thing, man.
Yeah.
Okay, you going off, man. All right, go ahead, brother.
They always try to mingle in the word with the philosophies of these other nations, man.
Yep. That's what the whole so-called Holy Roman Catholic Church was all about, man. Being pagans to appease to everybody else and to basically get more influence and have more money, man, and have more control. You see?
Because you like the daughters of men. You like being amongst the other nations, man.
Right. That's right, man.
It's all spiritual.
Yep. Go ahead, brother.
All right. And this is 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 4. It says, For if the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell.
What does that mean? We're going to get that. That's talking about the falling away, man. All right?
Yeah.
From that point on, man, that chosen line came onto the earth catching pure hell, man. Okay? Go ahead. So it said, God spared not the angels that sinned. Okay? Now, Jake will say, well, that's talking about actual angels in the spirit realm. This is talking about men on earth. Let's get the word for angels, man. All right? Angelos. All right? Angelos, okay? It says a messenger, envoy, one who is sent, an angel, a messenger from God, okay? That's the chosen line. Those are the messengers, the elect of those are the messengers of YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, and always have been. Okay? So read that again.
All right. It says, For if the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness.
What is that? This weak flesh, man. Okay? I got a precept real quick, man. All right, this is Psalms 107 and 10. Such as sit in darkness and in the shadow of death, being bound in affliction and iron, because they rebelled against the words of God and contemned the counsel of the Most High. Therefore he brought down their heart with labor. They fell down, and there was none to help. Okay? And that's talking about that chosen line. The angels that he didn't spare were these particular men on the planet Earth who were the first chosen spirits, but they were on the earth doing what? Going off, man. Okay, so let's read this again. All right. It says, just read Genesis 6 and start at 1. All right.
All right, Genesis chapter 6 verse 1. And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born of them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair.
That they were fair. Okay, go ahead.
And they took them wives of all which they chose.
All right, now let's look up this word. Let's see. Where is that word? Giants. Let's see.
In the fourth verse.
Fourth verse. Okay, Salaki.
Keep reading.
Yeah, go ahead, Salaki.
It says, and the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years.
All right, so the Lord changed a lot at this time. This is basically what you're going to find out. This is the fall of that chosen line. It started here. Go ahead.
There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown.
Their seed, basically. All right, but let's look up this word giants. All right, let's see. There we go. All right, Napalam, Napayal, right?
Napayal.
All right. Giants, the Nephilim. Now, you'll think that that's all it means, and you'll stop there, but you have to go to the root, okay? And what does the root mean? To fall, lie, be cast down, to fail, to fall, all right? To overthrow, to cause to fall, to be cast down, all right? And that's what happened, man. Okay, let's get 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3 real quick.
Okay.
All right.
You want to
start at 3.
2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
All right, that falling away. Now, we know that that's talking about the Israelites falling away. So let's look up that word. All right, for falling away. All right. Let's see.
Apostasia.
Going off, basically. Apostasy.
Apostasy. Yeah.
Right. A falling away, deflection, all right, apostasy, all right? The same meaning, all right? Now, when we go here to Psalms, all right, 82, what's that word apostasy mean? Can you look that up?
All right, etymology.
Yeah. Basically transgression, I think, or just going off, you know. Okay, it says
apostasy. It says renunciation, abandonment, or neglect of established religion.
That's what happened.
Revolt, literally a standing off deflection.
Right. That's what happened here, all right, at the time of these giants, okay? Let's see here. When you get to Genesis 6 and 2 on down, okay? These giants, the sons of God, they went off, man. Okay, now let's get Psalms 82:6. All right, it says, I have said that ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High, but ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. Okay, now let's look up this word fall. All right. And what do you see? The same word that you see for the root of the giants. All right. To fall. Okay. Be cast down. It's the same word that you get here when you read in Genesis 6. All right. And 4. The giants. Okay. The same word when you go to the root is the same word that you shall fall like men. So YAHAWASHI is letting them know that ye are gods. All right. But you're going to fall like men. Basically, what happened here was we fell from our grace by doing what? Rebelling and abandoning the ways of Yahweh Ba'Shem YAHAWASHI. Okay? Keep reading in Genesis 6 and 4. All right. Okay.
Okay, Genesis chapter 6, verse 4. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, they bare children to them and became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown.
So where can we get examples of this same exact story? Solomon, all right, in the law in Deuteronomy 7:3, the Lord told us not to make marriages with these other nations, all right? Because what Jake was doing, it's like you could have concubines of the other nations, but what Jake was doing was marrying into their culture and their family and basically abandoning the ways of Yahweh Ba'Shem YAHAWASHI, which is, we'll get an example of that here in Nehemiah 13. All right. Nehemiah 13, and I'll start at 23. It says, and in those days also saw I Jews, all right, the chosen people, that had married wives of Ashdod and of Ammon and of Moab. Okay, like we said earlier, it's nothing new under the sun, right? It says, and their children spake half in the speech of Ashdod, and could not speak in the Jews' language, but according to the language of each people. Okay, now Jake liked to take this story and say you can't lay with the women of the other nations because they cause you to fall away from the Most High. But that's what the black woman does. So you can't use this argument. This is happening right now, and this was a big deal. Because what? Jake left off totally from the customs of Yahweh Ba'Shem YAHAWASHI so much that they weren't even speaking the language. So that Ammonite, that Ashdite, that Moab pussy had to have been good, man.
Had him going off.
Had him going off. And this was the fall of the same thing happened here with these giants, man. It's the same story reoccurring and happening. There's nothing new under the sun.
I want to read this real quick if you don't mind.
Okay.
Ezekiel 5 and 6. Or Ezekiel 5 and 5.
Let me get it. Ezekiel, I'll get it for you. Ezekiel chapter 5 and 5. Thus saith the Lord God, this is Jerusalem. I have set it in the midst of the nations and the countries that are round about her. And she have changed my judgments into wickedness more than the nations.
So Jake started to get into it, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They started doing what the nation was doing way even worse.
Right.
Go ahead.
All right. All right. It says
and that tradition ain't never stopped, just like the sons of God went into the midst of the sons of men.
Right. Daughters of men.
Daughters of men.
Right.
Which, you know, they were intermingling, so.
Right. Yep. They were intermingling. It's the same story, man.
It wasn't like, hi.
Right. Just like Jake over here with segregation, integration, right?
Yeah.
When before they integrated with the so-called white man, they were teaching their children the Bible. I'm not saying they were perfect, but they had businesses. They had some sort of family structure, even after slavery. But what did they do? Integrated with the devil, which was all propaganda and set up. And look at us now.
Yeah.
Once we start learning their ways, man, and getting into their shit, and it was just too good to the flesh, and we said, fuck all this order.
Yeah.
Same thing, man.
That's why the Lord's going to have to put the Spirit on us to do the law, statutes, and commandments perfectly, man. And we're going to force even the other nations to do it the way we want, man.
Right.
Ain't going to be no of the way.
Right. Want me to keep here?
Yes, please.
And she have changed my judgments into wickedness more than the nations, and my statutes more than the countries that are round about her. For they have refused my judgments and my statutes, they have not walked in them. Okay? It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord God, because ye multiplied more than the nations that are round about you, and have not walked in my statutes, neither have kept my judgments, neither have done according to the judgments of the nations that are round about you. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I, even I, am against thee, and will execute judgments in the midst of thee in the sight of the nations.
That's what happens, man.
Apostasy.
Yeah, apostasy.
That's what Jake was doing, man. It's a beautiful precept.
Okay.
All right. You got something else?
No.
All right. So we're going to finish off with these scriptures. Now, in the Apocrypha, it speaks about those giants. Now, we're going to get Wisdom of Solomon 14, Sirach 16 and 7, and then Baruch 3 and 26. I guess we can start off with Baruch 3 and 26. Baruch 3 and 26. Let's see.
All right, you ready?
Start at 24.
All right, Baruch chapter 3, verse 24. O Israel, how great is the house of God.
How great is that? Go ahead.
And how large is the place of his possession. Great, and have none end, high and immeasurable. There were the giants famous from the beginning that were so of so great stature and so expert in war.
Go ahead.
Those did
the
not
giants, right? The same people, that chosen line. Go ahead.
Those did not the Lord choose, neither gave he the way of knowledge unto them.
Go
but
ahead.
they were destroyed because they had no wisdom, and perished through their own foolishness.
Meaning that curse that he put on them. Okay.
Yep, and then he flooded them.
He flooded them.
Killed them.
Right. And
He started back with Noah.
Right. And Noah basically comforted the earth because what? He re-established the order of YAHAWAH bahasham YAHAWASHI.
Yes, he believed in Yahweh.
That's right.
All right.
That's why he knew about the unclean beast.
Exactly. That's why he said, okay, this is the just man right here. I can use Noah.
Right.
He's going to teach his children my ways.
Right.
You know.
That's right.
You know.
That's
and
right.
then it was passed down from there.
Yep.
Because you only had Shem that kept the traditions. You know.
Right. All right, let's get Sirach 16 and 7.
Sirach 16 and 7.
Right. I guess start at let's see. Start at 4.
Sirach 16 and 4 for
Well,
Bible.
no. Go to 6.
16 and 6. In the congregation of the ungodly shall a fire be kindled, and a rebellious nation wrath is set on fire.
And a rebellious nation wrath is set on fire. Go ahead.
He was not pacified toward the old giants, who fell away in the strength of their foolishness.
There you go. Okay. That's that chosen line, the sons of God, okay, which we've proved, again being spoken about. What was their foolishness? Sin. Okay? Just like at the time of Nehemiah, just like Solomon, just like at the time of Israel and the land of Canaan, when they didn't want to kill all of the Canaanites. Just like at the time where Saul, or at the time, who was that didn't want to kill all the Amalekites?
Yeah.
You know, it's always been an issue of rebelling against the word and order of YAHAWAH bahasham YAHAWASHI. Now we find ourselves in slavery because when you read Deuteronomy 28, 15 through 68, he told us what was going to happen to us for rebelling against his word.
Yep. Obedience is better than sacrifice, man. The Most High, YAHAWAH bahasham YAHAWASHI, is looking to establish complete obedience under his will on the planet Earth.
Right.
And there's only a set family group that he prophesied that was going to receive that, and that was going to be the Israelites now.
Right.
Okay.
That's right. So let's end it off with Wisdom of Solomon 14 and start at 5.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14, verse 5, it says, Nevertheless, thou wouldest not that the works of thy wisdom should be idle.
All right, we're supposed to proclaim and do his works. The other nations are supposed to look at us and say, wow, look at this great people because of what? Us uplifting the wisdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai on the right-hand side. Go ahead.
Yep, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai should be gloried on the earth, man.
That's right.
Magnified, right?
And that's what we were set up for.
Kind.
To do. This chosen line only.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
That's what separated Noah.
That's right.
And therefore do men commit their lives to a small piece of wood and pass in the rough sea in a weak vessel are saved.
Right. So basically idol worship, man. Go ahead.
For in the old times also, when the proud giants perished, see how it's likening the worship of idols to the giants?
There you go.
That's proving it to you that's what the mingling of the daughters of men led to.
Right.
Okay?
Right. You got to be spiritual to see this, man.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what it's talking about, man.
That's it.
It's not talking about, oh, man, he was popping her.
Yeah, Zeus jumped down and,
Yeah.
Laquita, come here. No, nigga. You know?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Got to be spiritual.
Yep.
For in the old time also, when the proud giants perished, the hope of the world governed by the hand escaped in a weak vessel, and left to all ages a seed of generation.
All right, so that seed would be fucked up because of the mistakes. Just like you have to pay for the sins of your father. All right, that's what and you just read about that, how their children after them that they had with those women, they were also renowned men and had empires. Okay, go ahead.
For blessed is the wood whereby righteousness cometh. But that which is made with hands is cursed.
Right, so wood, there's nothing wrong with wood. Blessed is wood. Wood is very beneficial to the earth. All right, but when you make it an idol, that's when it becomes an issue. And that's what Jake started doing. Okay? Instead of saying Yahweh Bashim Yahushai created trees. All right, for the benefit of man, like in the law it says the tree is the life of man.
Yeah.
What did Jake do? They worship the tree.
You worship in the process of the tree. You worship in the way the tree gets water and the seasons and the changing of the tree.
Right.
Instead of the creator and creation of the tree itself, man.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. Keep going.
It says
as well.
Okay, but that which is made with hands is cursed as well it as he that made it. He, because he made it, and it, because being corruptible, it was called God.
Right. This is what happened, man. All right. Even at the time of Eve, Adam and Eve, basically, this is what she introduced to Adam, man.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
For the ungodly and his ungodliness are both alike hateful unto the Most High. For that which is made shall be punished together with him that made it.
Right, and just read through 12. And we
right, therefore even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation, because in the creation of the Most High they are become an abomination and stumbling blocks to the souls of men, and a snare to the feet of the unwise. All right, that's why they called the giants foolish.
Yes.
They were being unwise by worshiping these other nations and worshiping these other nations' idols.
Right.
Okay? For neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever.
There ain't nothing. There's no other God outside of Yahweh through his son YAHAWASHI, man. There's no other creators. So you can try to make up what you want, but it's never going to be real, and it's only going to lead to your downfall. Let's get a recap and go back to Genesis 6, all right, and 1, and let's just read on down.
Okay.
I'll read it. I'll start. I'll read it, and you can whatever you want to add. But we're just going to do a recap so we can get an understanding of this, all right? So it says, and it came to pass, when men began to multiply upon the face of the earth, and the daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, and they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose.
Because you got to remember that this is a synopsis, man.
Right.
God damn, don't be stupid, man.
Yeah.
When you finish chapter 5, it's just talking about how Shem and Japheth and Ham were on the planet Earth. Now it's just continuing the story, bro. This book is about the lineage of the sons of God, man.
Right.
Known now as yasharahla.
Yeah. Yep.
He is a prince of the power, man. That's the nation that the Most High set up, man.
That's right.
This book is for our knowledge and for us to follow. If you don't believe that in the spirit, the Most High is not dealing with you.
And that takes a heavy amount of faith too.
Yeah, this thing is about faith, man.
That's right, brother.
You know.
All right, let me get this for you. This is the reading about that chosen line. It says, "And to Seth, to him there was born a son, and he called his name Enos. Then began men to call upon the name of the Lord."
Boom.
There you go. All right.
Okay. Because why? Cain wasn't gonna do it.
Right. Somebody had to do it.
Cain was a whole ass nigga.
Right. That's right.
You know.
Genesis 6:3, and the Lord said, "My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh. Yet in his days shall be 120 years."
Yeah, man, those days was cut short. You know.
Right.
Because the ways of YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI was waning in the planet Earth, man. In that flesh, man.
That leads to death.
That leads to death.
Corruption. That's right.
That's right, man. Because when you living purely by the way that the Most High set it up, man, you know, and you have a more glorified form, you know.
Right.
You gonna go on. That's why we're praying for. We're praying to be switched into a more glorified form. Right.
Like it talks about in Ezra how the bodies are weaker now, man. And
That's
these
right.
men that we reading about they were on a whole nother level. This is pre-flood.
Yeah.
So they had to be stronger because the pressure and all that on the earth had to be on another level. The earth had to be spinning faster.
Yeah, man.
These were some real serious.
The atmosphere was completely different.
Everything.
You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right. All right. And it says, "And God," all right. There were giants on the earth in those days. Also after that, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, that they bare children to them and became mighty men, which are of old.
And that lets you also know too that there was more people on the planet Earth, man.
Right.
It wasn't just
right.
Adam and Eve like they show you on TV.
Uh-huh.
You know, men were created on the 5th day with the other beasts. You know.
Right.
But out of those men, the line of Adam itself, man, was the chosen line to know the ways of YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, of Yahweh.
Right.
I'll say it like that so people don't get so upset.
Right. And the Most High, at this time, he wanted it to all be together. Because we were on the earth, and we, as a nation, they were probably fewer. And so he wanted you to stick with your own kind and multiply. All right. As opposed to going, into these other nations. Not that it's wrong, but that's how he wanted it at that time, man. But Jake took it and went too far, man.
Yeah, you're not supposed to eat of that fruit.
That's right.
You weren't supposed to fuck with them like that.
Right. Right. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. Wickedness was going on. And the Lord said, "I will destroy man who I have created off the face of the earth, both man and beast and creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repented me that I have made man. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord."
Boom.
So, and when you read through Noah, he populated the earth through Shem, Ham, and Japheth. All right, and through Shem came the chosen line, man.
Yep.
All right, so Lord willing, you brothers and sisters, it was kind of rough because we was kind of going off the top of the head, but Lord willing, you were all edified. You got anything else to say?
No.
I want to give all praise to YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Blessings to the elect. Shalawam.